Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red 2 Chatter, the show about everything Star Wars. If you couldn't tell, I'm very sick right now from my appearance and my voice.
We should have him in a bubble.
Having me in one of those big, like hamster balls.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be fun. I don't actually really like that.
We also haven't done one of these in a while since during the holiday season we
took a holiday break.
We took a holiday break, so we're back now.
So is pretty much the news for Star Wars. Took a holiday break.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been a whole lot coming out. There's stuff trickling in here and there. The first thing we can talk about is like the cast for the Mandalorian's sort of been announced. So we know that Pedro Pascal is going to play the lead, and the Mandalorian is my guess.
If you don't know who he is, he's from Game of Thrones, or that's one of his main people know him from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. What did he play?
He's the Viper.
The Viper?
Yeah, he's the guy that fights the mountain.
He's the dude
If
who
you
gets...
spoiler alert for Game of Thrones, but
He's the dude who gets,
Gets his head squished.
his head squished.
yep.
He totally won, and then he
Oberyn.
lost because he was an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, he had the mountain totally whipped.
Yeah.
And he should have just finished him.
Yeah.
That's different. We could do a whole nother show about that. But, like some of the things that have come out, we have Nick Nolte. And we know who Nick Nolte is.
That's a crazy guy.
Who's he?
Yeah, he's a crazy old man. He's played in, he's best known for, like, Beverly Hills Cop, I think. Was he in that with Eddie Murphy?
No, not Beverly Hills Cop.
Was he in that?
48 Hours.
Oh, yeah.
And another 48 Hours. That's Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
No, it's
Yeah,
Beverly.
48 Hours.
I don't...
And another 48 Hours. I'm pretty sure is.
I mean...
is
Anyways,
Nick Nolte.
he's a crazy old man.
I think you're right too, though. He's like.
at least it's not Nicolas Cage or
But
Christopher Walken.
Reportedly, he is just doing voice acting for an Ugnaught, which could be interesting.
Yeah, it could be.
That'd be kind of cool if they make an Ugnaught like a side character, like one of the Mandalorian's crew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a little fix-it guy that he
Yeah,
takes everything to.
that'd be cool.
We get Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, okay.
So
Apollo
Creed. Yep.
from the Rocky movies.
Not sure what his role's going to be. I can't even really guess. Like, I haven't seen Carl Weathers really act or do anything much since.
Probably Rocky 4.
Oh,
Possibly.
he might have been in that new
Well, he's in
Creed
Predator.
movie.
He's in Predator, but I think Predator was in between all this. I
Yeah.
think Rocky 4 was after Predator.
Man,
I
maybe.
could be wrong.
Well, I mean, like he might have reprised his role in the new Creed movie. I could.
No,
be
he died.
He died in Rocky 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
so-
mean, but like, what if he came back as a spirit? I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Creed 2.
Force Co.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Creed movies.
Yeah,
so,
I saw
They
the
look
first one, but I
interesting,
haven't
though.
seen the second one.
They look interesting.
Let's see, who else might we know? Not too many, like, huge names. Of course, we talked about Gina Carano, who plays one of the villains in Deadpool, the first one. She's the
No, she's
She was
like
in
a UFC.
Yeah, she's a
fighter.
UFC fighter, but she also played in Deadpool. She fights Colossus.
Yeah.
And that, like,
Actually,
one of the best fight scenes in the movie.
From that movie of Deadpool, she actually did a pretty good job acting, so I think she...
Yeah, I mean, she'll have her role. I think it'll be like a highly action role.
There's got to be a reason why she is casted. You know?
Right. Yeah, they're trying to fit, I think, people into certain roles
Yeah.
based on their skill set. You know, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so looking forward to this. And of course, we have like some of the directors have been, slated, like Bryce Dallas Howard, who's also an actress. I wouldn't doubt we might see her pop up in an episode at some point. Of course, Filoni's taking the pilot episode.
Oh, he's going to direct the pilot episode?
Yep. It's his first directorial of like live action.
Live action?
So, should be interesting.
That's a little... can do a little less in live action than you can do in a cartoon.
And animated.
You can do whatever you want in animated.
Right. Yeah, you can make them do whatever you want, really. I mean, you have to keep it realistic somewhat, but you're not you're limited to what that person can do. And what,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like, you can't just make them jump into a spaceship and start flying around.
Unless they're Looney Tunes.
It's like you have to direct that differently.
Yeah.
From inside the cockpit and all that kind of stuff. But I'm certainly looking at anything we want to see come out of the Mandalorian.
When's it taking place? After Return of the Jedi?
Yeah. Like 3 years after, I think. Somewhere around there.
Maybe just to see what the remnants of the Empire is, maybe. Like where you get... I guess it didn't go 100% away just because they blew up the Death Star and killed the Emperor.
No, there was still the Battle of Jakku still took place.
Yeah, it took place. So there's still the regional governors, and there's still people out there that are going to try to grab power in their region at least.
Yeah, the Battle of Jakku is where it really sort of ended the Empire. Not the Battle of Endor. The Battle of Endor is sort of the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Also,
so maybe I don't think we're going to see a lot of the Empire in this, but I just like to see maybe what the remnants of it is, or at least get a little bit of news about what it is.
I'd like to see maybe like some people who are maybe ex-stormtroopers. Now they're trying to make it in,
as smugglers
or thieves or assassins. Who knows what they're doing?
Bodyguards, whatever.
Maybe it's interfering with what the Mandalorian's also trying to do. Like their competition now, they're trying to come in and do things.
Yeah.
Well, remember that one of the experiments that Jyn Erso finds in Rogue One is called Black Saber, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it could be them hunting down the Black Saber as kind of like a last resort. I don't know.
Like a last ditch effort
to gain power.
Because they've used a couple of those. Well, they've used one other thing from that list she read off.
Which one is that?
Already. Well, she was reading through the list of things that their Empire was like on that, trying to find Stardust.
Yeah.
And she read through one that said hyperspace tracking.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
They've used that.
They've used that
in Last Jedi. Right. So it could be.
Yeah.
They've, dropped those little Easter eggs there for, maybe a reason.
Or somebody's picked it up and just used it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing about Star Wars. Like, all those little things that are mentioned can be, like, used and twisted into different points of view, really.
Well, like, entire sentences can be turned into movies.
Right. Yep. One sentence can be turned into a movie. So, let's see what else we have. Some toys. Also, for the Mandalorian, it's been somewhat confirmed that we're going to get an assassin droid, a la IG-88 in the Mandalorian. It would be awesome to it to actually be IG-88.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to, because if you watch Clone Wars, you've seen multiple
IG-77,
IG-86, and all kinds of
IG-77.
Right. So, but it'll be sweet to see one in action, live action, instead of just standing there.
Yeah, instead of not being able to move.
Right. And the way they do move in Clone Wars, that's like some pretty... Because they're quicker than they look.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they can spin, like all their joints can spin and do different things. It doesn't, they look just like statuesque. IG-88 standing on,
See, that's why I want to see some freaking, for a lump. Because that dude's movement is so restricted. Like, how...
Right. C-3PO
You've watched C-3PO. Hurry up, Goldenrod, you're going to be a permanent resident.
He's all shuffling.
Is he a
freaking
bounty hunter? I want to know. Like, that's why I want to see Forlum. I want to see them explain how the heck he can, like, just pull off all these amazing shots when he's constantly like this. Like, how...
Right? Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
That's what Zuckuss is for, is to help him out.
I guess. It's like, aim right there.
Maybe Forlum is more like Dr. Aphra's droid.
Mm-hmm.
And more like the intelligence side, like gathering information and deciphering things, and also maybe, doing the interrogations or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's what Dr. Aphra's droid, which is also a 3PO protocol droid, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because Forlum has a protocol droid body.
Yeah.
Just a different head.
Yeah. I have a feeling that was just because, hey, we have this left over, painted up something different, and we'll stick this head on it.
Yeah. That's exactly what Lucas did.
Yeah.
And Zuckuss is fat, so I don't know how exactly that duo works. I guess they help each other, but
They are, I think, known to work a lot together. At least back that old one of the old books. You know, it's a Legends book now, but they did do a lot of
teaming up.
I still like my Bounty Hunter Netflix show or Disney Plus show if you know Disney Plus decides they want to do it. I'd still love that where each character gets their own season, but it all ties together in a
like Defenders.
Cohesive, in a cohesive storyline. Just an idea. You know, if any Disney execs are looking at this right now, you know, hit me up.
Well, they
give me money for it, but
depending on what the Mandalorian does, maybe the Mandalorian serves as our Daredevil.
Maybe
for right now, and we just don't know the other characters yet.
Yeah,
that they could branch off and.
Was it going to be like the robot, the bug,
and bring back? I mean,
the assassin.
It could happen that way.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
The Trandoshan.
Oh no,
that'd be cool.
I'd like to see like Imbo or one of those kind of guys that came from Clone Wars.
I'd like to see like Cad Bane show up.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I'd also like to know the fate of Boba Fett. Yeah. We don't need to see him.
Yeah, we don't need to see him. Maybe the Mandalorian gives you some sort of folklore about what happened to Boba Fett.
Yeah, maybe.
Even though Boba Fett wasn't,
or even just even just another one of the characters. Like, wow, your armor looks like Boba Fett's. You know, it could just be a name drop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I knew him. You know, the Mandalorian. Like, yeah, I knew who he is.
Or he could even just be like, yeah, I know him.
Right.
Like, oh, he's still alive.
Right.
Oh, no, just get like everybody going crazy.
I know him.
That's all you have to say. That's all you would have to say.
Just drop something like that.
Yeah. Oh, the armor.
Okay.
Yeah, I know him.
He's still alive. Yeah.
Oh, he's still alive. Yeah, people just go nuts if that happened.
Right.
Makes you question though how he would know him. You know, because Boba Fett never went to Mandalore.
Yeah, he's not a Mandalorian.
No, but he's like the most well-known bounty hunter throughout the galaxy. So
when you kind of think about it, that's kind of messed up thing to do. He like uses someone else's armor and like touts it as his own, and like everyone's like, "Hey, look at the Mandalorian," but he's not really a Mandalorian.
I don't think Jango Fett was a Mandalorian. He was.
Well, I think we looked this up. I think it was like he was from a long line of disgraced Mandalorians or whatever. Like they got kicked off the planet, and he's just a very long. He's just.
I'd have to look it up and see.
I think that's what because I think I did look it up one episode and we read it out.
Okay.
And we also have season 7 of the Clone Wars coming, and all these are coming this year. Like, so we got Clone Wars season 7 coming this year. We got Mandalorian coming this year, and Disney Plus doesn't start until the third or fourth quarter, maybe.
Yeah.
Of the year, so sometime late summer.
So July.
Yeah, late
July,
summer.
August, September.
It's gonna come out this freaking same.
And I'm pretty sure that they've announced that Mandalorian is going to be one of the series that kicks off.
Wouldn't that suck if we're at
Disney Plus?
If we're at Star Wars Celebration and then they're like, "Hey, it's out right now." We're like, well,
I don't think they would do that just because a lot of their fans are right there, and they'll be like, "Wait a minute."
No, they're going to want to hype it up at Celebration.
We'll probably get to see a trailer.
Get a release date.
We're going to be standing in so many lines at Celebration because I want to go to the Mandalorian panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Episode 9 panel.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the Clone Wars Season 7 panel. And all of those panels, everybody else is going to want to go to. So there's going to be just line standing.
Yeah.
For hours.
Hopefully the first day, none of that stuff, except for just the opening ceremonies, is fun to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to get to the vendor hall like on the first day. We didn't do that last time. It took us to the second or third day. And a lot of the little tiny things that you could get different areas were gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pins or whatever.
You have to decide what's
your priority.
Right, where your priorities are.
Yeah.
Are your priorities going to the panels and seeing what's coming, like trailers and, what's coming here, what's coming there, first looks at this, first looks at that.
Yeah, or talking to the actors or whatever and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Is it getting all the stuff you can
I'm
get?
a stuff person. So.
Right.
Yeah, I like all that stuff.
So it's tough to like decide which way you want to go.
What your priorities are.
It's funny because you guys can't collect like action figures and stuff, and I like my posters. So if like I could find some pretty cool original posters.
Chances are, if you go to some of the panels, you'll get a poster. All of the
I don't have
the
one.
Leia poster.
I don't have it in here.
We should.
I got 3 of them somewhere. Well, I just have them in like a poster thing. I need to get them actually matted and framed.
Yeah.
The real deal. Because they're all numbered.
Those things are sweet. You're right.
There's only a certain amount of them.
If you were in that panel, did you get one?
Yeah.
So, and I want to be in the panel where the things are going on, not like the remote rooms where you're watching it on a screen. I actually want to be like, if I'm going to go to the panel, I want to be in the main room.
Like the main, we didn't get into the main room where they
not
had
the satellite rooms.
With all the freaking celebrities coming out.
Yeah,
on
and John
stage.
Williams and all that stuff. Yeah, we were in a side room.
Every generation came out.
It was still cool.
It's still cool,
but I'd rather have
way
been in
cooler
there.
inside the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did every generation come out, or did only the first 2? I don't think the third one came out. I don't think Daisy Ridley and John Boyega and all them came out.
Oh, there's only the
original trilogy
prequel.
and prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
like actors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only people who came out for that. They left those people for the Force Awakens panel.
Yeah.
Well,
no, Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi panel.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sidetracked by Celebration. We're excited to go.
Yeah, I think we'll get like a release date at Celebration for Disney Plus and Mandalorian.
Yeah, I think we'll get it confirmed. We might have a release date for when Disney Plus is coming, but we'll definitely get a date for Mandalorian. And series season 7.
Yeah.
Of Clone Wars.
Is that it?
Only a few months left.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot going on during the.
I mean, there's been other stuff that they've put out, and Jay's put it on our thing. But it's stuff that's already like.
We've got the third Thrawn book in the trilogy is coming.
Yeah,
it's called The Treason. Timothy Zahn.
Yeah, some of the stuff is from way back in December because we haven't
early
done this
December, so
we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah. Oh, we can talk about something I think Dallin will be excited about is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is also slated to come late 2019.
Yeah, I heard something
video
about
game?
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm keeping my hopes realistic, considering it's EA, and with the way that freaking just gaming in general is going right now, with Fallout 76 being a massive bomb. Like, people were so excited for that game, and Bethesda just shot themselves in the head. So I'm really hoping that Jedi Fallen Order, right?
Yeah.
That one will be good. I'm hoping. But at the same time, it's EA. So we know how that goes.
Keeping your expectations tempered.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah,
that.
I don't blame you.
I just don't want another Dragon Age
more than
Inquisition.
once.
Although they've done a lot of cool like add-ons to Battlefront 2, like I've heard a lot of great things about like the Geonosis.
They're actually doing some pretty good stuff.
The Geonosis map and the
people are loving General Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi now, which are both playable.
And Anakin's coming as
completely
playable.
free.
Dooku's coming as playable.
Yep. And so a lot of people are actually really liking that, and I gotta admit, good job. I guess I wouldn't really call it, not really EA, but DICE. Good job, DICE, for putting that extra stuff in it.
Problem is, it came a little too late for a lot of people because they're like, I've already played it and I'm done with it.
Right. I mean, but like for people like my best friend Kurt got the game not too long ago, and he's still playing it because he got the game when it was good.
Right.
So
got the game after a lot of the stuff had been added to it.
Yeah, he didn't get the game like when I got it, or when like a lot of reviewers got it, where it's like, what is this?
Like, this is it?
Yeah,
this is all we get? That's not very exciting. Yeah.
I was gonna pose this question to you guys though. What? And I don't think we ever talked about it much. What did you guys want to see in season 7 of Clone Wars? Because we never really talked about it much. Do you want to see the deleted scene of Cad Bane and Boba Fett come to life finally, or?
Well, I heard that Disney didn't do season 7.
Yeah.
Because it was on
pure.
Cartoon Network, but also because it was too dark.
Yeah.
And and yes, Clone Wars got dark.
Oh yeah.
Like from the beginning, it was not as dark, but by the time we get to the middle seasons, get towards the end, it gets pretty emotional, pretty dark.
Decapitated.
Yes.
Their heads shot off, split in half.
Right. I mean, we see some
electrocuted to death.
Pretty violent stuff, really.
And their necks.
And I think it sort of like back then, when Disney first took over Lucas, it sort of like scared them, like how dark it was. But when you look at what they've allowed Rebels
and Marvel
to do, and Marvel,
I
think they've become more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So I think we might get
a really dark
what Filoni had planned and George Lucas had planned for season 7.
Yeah, because George Lucas is working on
just
season
a little bit
7,
fine-tuned
right?
based on things that we know now because of Rebels.
Yeah.
To tie it in.
Yeah, Lucas is working on season 7, right? I think he is.
He did.
Yeah.
Him and Filoni had planned the season 7 for Cartoon Network. It just never.
Yeah.
They got bought, and then Disney canceled it.
Yeah, but they're bringing it back.
Right. So I think we'll get those. I think it'll be very similar to what Filoni's and Lucas's original vision was.
If they go swinging all the way over to like very PG, then people are gonna be like, "This is stupid."
No.
Yeah. People are like, that's gonna piss off all the Clone Wars.
It'll bomb big time
fans because they're expecting a dark story. Like they got in...
just a continuation of the dark story.
Well, you're expecting that story to lead up to the moments right before Revenge of the Sith.
Well, yeah, the reason why the Clone Wars did so well was because a lot of adults watched it and were like, this is what I've always wanted in a Star Wars story. This is like the dark grittiness I've always wanted, and it gave it to them. So they have to keep it dark. And also, where is it airing? Do you know where it's...
On Disney Plus.
Is it?
Disney Plus.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was...
It'll be on Disney Plus alongside Mandalorian. And then the Cassian Andor. When Cassian Andor has been announced that they're going to start shooting that show in October. So we won't see that one until 2020.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're getting a movie in 2020.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
I think we're getting
which sucks.
Second season maybe of Mandalorian and Cassian Andor for 2020.
Yeah.
No,
which sucks because I wouldn't mind seeing them take another stab. The only reason that the Solo movie didn't do well in the theaters because of the shake-up with the directors, and it just got bad press from there on. No matter what they did with it, it got bad press.
And
if you watch the movie, it's a great movie.
Oh yeah, and like a lot of the reviewers that watched the movie were like, wow.
Oh, this is actually really good.
Wow.
Everybody thought this was going to be bad, and it was really good. So I hope they take another shot at making a standalone...
Yeah, I hope
but it doesn't have to be about a character. It can be about an event. It can be about something else.
Like, I'd love a movie about the Battle of Jakku.
Yeah, something like that'd be cool. If you just had the Battle of Jakku.
Like just a complete war movie. Like,
I would rather see that done like... Ryan. I'd rather see it done Band of Brothers style.
Oh, in TV
on
format,
Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus, yeah. For the Jakku, yeah, something like that, like a Band of Brothers would be awesome.
Yeah.
Where you're focusing in like
all get out,
like a group, like just a singular group of rebels.
Yeah, and
that are fighting like in the trenches on Jakku.
And they keep getting killed, and you get replacements, and they don't like just like the freaking
and Band of Brothers. And just sort of like Clone Wars, they keep sending in the replacements. Like now we got Fives and this guy, and now Fives, and then we got it's
always new these new guys,
but it'd be from the rebels' point of view, like just a little cell of them,
a cell of rebels versus
Yep.
Well,
that's what I would like.
And
to
you
see.
could have pilots, and you can have other guys in there too. Not
it would
just
be really
in the
cool
trenches.
too, because it's all set on one planet, and so it's in this desolate wasteland that nobody wants to go to, and it's just a very interesting setup for that battle to happen.
But there's also a reason a reason that battle took place on Jakku.
Yes.
Because of Emperor Palpatine had something going on there.
On Jakku, yeah.
Right.
And I would love to know what the heck that was.
Right.
Because even on Battlefront 2, you don't get an answer as to what... Because you freaking partake in the Battle of Jakku in Battlefront 2, and they never freaking tell you what's going on down there. So, I would love to see some of that.
But it'd be cool to, like, see, like, Iden Versio just cross paths with the group. She doesn't have to, like, stay with them. Just cross paths, like...
Yeah.
They get information from her or something.
Mm-hmm.
That would tie that game in.
You just get the same actress because she looks just the same.
Oh, yeah. They modeled it after. Janina, her name's Janina Ivankar? Ivankar? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Janina Ivankar. She'll be at Celebration. She just announced she's going to be there. So maybe because she's going to be there, maybe there is going to be something announced that she's going to play some role somewhere. Yeah. Maybe she could show up in Mandalorian.
Yeah, she could.
Because that's after the Battle of Jakku, if she survived it.
Oh, yeah, she did. She did.
Yep. So we could see her show up on the Mandalorian as Iden Versio.
Yeah. Now, last question. In Clone Wars, well, the 7th season, is it going to take place before or after the Ahsoka novel, do you think?
Before.
Before? So it's before she gets her white lightsabers, then.
I'm guessing.
So do you want to see, like, some other type of lightsabers from her? Because she turned her green ones in, didn't she?
Yeah, I think she surrendered those.
I haven't watched the ending of that. I started it again, but I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't got to
yet.
that part yet. I'm only like in season 4.
I think she surrendered them. So if that's the case, then she's going in lightsaberless, maybe.
Maybe.
And that would be really cool to see her use just her full...
Just use force.
Force powers like Yoda, just freaking taking people out with just force powers. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be prior to... Because the Ahsoka novel takes place after Order 66, so that takes place during the
movie.
Yeah.
During the Revenge of the Sith, so it definitely has to take place before. But so I have a question, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Episode 9.
Yeah.
We haven't heard a lot about it.
No.
Like, what? Like,
I kind of understand
since we last convened, really, we haven't even really talked Star Wars because we've been so busy.
I mean, the only thing I've read is there's a time skip of about a year.
Right.
About a year, that's pretty...
Just 1 year.
Just 1 year.
So that's not very much.
No, it's not a long time.
How long was the time skip between, like, Empire
Broom Boy's
Strikes
only
Back
going to be
and...
9, so he won't be fighting.
Even between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, there wasn't a big time skip there.
Yeah.
No.
There was probably maybe 6 months to a year. Time skip between.
What about Empire Strikes Back and
Wouldn't you say A New Hope and Empire?
Empire to... I could look it up.
Empire to Return of the Jedi is not very long.
Yeah.
Because
it's a little longer.
Because
Luke goes and he's like full-on Jedi almost.
True, so he did some training
and he built his lightsaber.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't just do that overnight, I don't think.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Lando didn't just go to Tatooine and just sit there for a year and a half.
He might have had to infiltrate that deep.
They
might not trusted him to get into that deep.
That deep in, yeah, he might have had to take him a couple years. So
right.
Yeah, that might have been a couple years. But I'm pretty sure between A New Hope and Empire, it's not a huge jump because they've been getting chased by the Empire this whole time. They're jumping from space spot to spot to spot. You know, because Han's like, yeah, that bounty hunter on Org Mandel, well, they were on that planet at some point before they got run off by the Empire.
And now they're on Hoth, right?
Now they're on Hoth. But they had to take a little while to build that base, because that base is it's pretty good size. I mean, it's got that big giant ion cannon.
And freaking ice
that right there's got to take at least a year to build, right?
And ice tunnels and...
Yeah. But...
It's massive.
They haven't been there too long because they're still setting out their outer markers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Like, at least Han and Luke and maybe the majority of the rebels just hadn't been there very long. But people going ahead and setting up the base might have been there. Like, that base could have been there during A New Hope for all we know.
Yeah,
they just didn't use it. They were still, or they were already constructing it. And
yeah.
I don't know. So, but I don't think the skip is huge. It might be about a year in between those two, and then maybe a couple years between.
I just want a timeline. I don't want release dates. I want the timeline.
The Star Wars timeline?
Galactic history, maybe that's it. Because, so there's only a year in between while this is loading.
Last Jedi and
whatever this one's going to be
I
called.
think you're in Legends. You need to go to canon.
No, he's in canon.
Not in canon.
Oh, you are in canon? Okay, yeah, you are. I do love that the Wikipedia lets you do that, though.
But I would like to see... I don't even know what's going to happen in this movie, to tell you the truth.
Well, I kind of understand why there hasn't been as much press about it. Because I think they're still backpedaling from a lot of the bad press from Star Wars Episode 8. That's it. Still,
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
What's funny, though, is that movie, the more I watch it, the better it gets.
I like it. I mean, I've really come to like it.
My opinion has never really changed about it. It's just meh to me.
It's
still.
just I just sort of glaze over. My eyes just glaze over when they go to Canto Bite. Because other than
just go brain dead for a moment.
Other than revealing that there's people profiting off war on both sides and they're selling to both sides, and DJ's like, good guys, bad guys, it's all the same, brother. It's like
yeah,
it's all the same machine. Other than sort of that reveal, and then Finn sort of coming to terms with, okay, I'm going to I'm a rebel. I'm not going to run anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for the fight. Like,
even though Rose completely ruined that by saving his life.
She should have been the one that just knocked him out of the way and drove into it.
Yeah. Or Finn should have just freaking sacrificed himself.
He tried.
That would have been a way better ending, in my opinion. Because then it would be like, Finn's now revered as a hero to the Resistance, and you get a lot of good emotional impact in the next movie. But no, they had to save everybody's life. Which
not everybody's. There's only 15 people that get on the.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people get killed,
but none of them are major characters except for Holdo.
Right. Well, Admiral Akbar died.
Yeah.
Off screen. Thanks.
That did suck.
Yeah.
Did he die off screen, or was he when Princess Leia got sucked out of the freaking...
He was on the... Yeah, but you didn't really see him get sucked out.
True. Yeah.
It was so focused on Leia.
Yeah, he was in the background getting sucked out of the window. Which is kind of a crappy,
and he didn't have
crappy ending for Admiral Akbar, but whatever.
Yeah.
I wish he would have been the one to stay on the ship instead of Holdo. You didn't need the Holdo character.
No, you could have
just used Akbar.
You could.
And it would have been a more heroic ending for Akbar, if you would have done that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting close to the Battle of Yavin here.
But yeah, I get why there hasn't been much press about it, because people are still I think they're playing the waiting game, waiting until people simmer down, over it.
Well,
it takes
also,
about a year.
You also got to remember it's also what's it called? It's also Disney, so they don't want to step on the toes of Captain Marvel that's coming out, or the
what
next.
What they should do is they should fire freaking Ryan Johnson for his childlike behavior on Twitter. That's what they should do, and instead of being a complete idiot. But
yeah, I've heard absolutely.
So 3 years in between A New Hope and
Empire.
Okay,
so that's a big time.
Yeah,
3 years. So only a year. Yeah, on this one, I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. I mean, it's got to be everybody splitting up and going out and recruiting. But I mean,
yeah,
only a year in between
Empire and Return.
Well, I mean, we have talked about Episode 9 for a little bit, because there was those leaked photos or whatever, but then they were just Pirates of the Caribbean set photos. But I mean, we have talked about it a little bit, because there was that one picture that we did get that was confirmed that it was going to be Star Wars, at least somewhat Star Wars. I don't know if it was Mandalorian or what, but it was in a desert area. And you remember they had the cardboard cutout people?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Out in the desert. I don't know if that was Mandalorian or Episode 9. It was one of those two.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But I don't, yeah.
For me, Episode 9, because there's only the year time jump, so how far off the deep end is Kylo gone?
Yeah.
For me.
How big can the Resistance really be by then? It can't be huge, but I don't think the First Order's all that big anymore either.
Is Hux and are Hux and Kylo still working together, or is Hux left? You know, because that could have happened in a year. Like,
Could've.
although if he did leave, like went AWOL, Kylo would just have him killed. I'm pretty sure.
Sure. Yeah.
So, because Kylo's going to lead by fear,
Yeah. Yeah.
not by, you know,
Not even
making
really
not
strength.
not by like convincing people this is the right thing to do.
Yeah. No, it's going to be pure fear.
This is the plan to
You
bring
defy,
peace
you
to the
defy
galaxy.
me, and I will force choke you like Darth Vader.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even more ruthless than Vader was. Because even Vader let some guys go. Like, he totally could have killed old Admiral Piet there at the end of
He could have.
Empire Strikes Back when he failed. He's like, "Don't fail me again." And then like and then he's like, "Is the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon disabled?" Yes, it is. And then all of a sudden, when I take off, he could easily on. He choked old Piet. He already killed 2 other guys.
I think
He already choked out old Admiral Oswald and friggin'
maybe he just looked at the next guy in line and was like,
Who was the guy who choked
Captain
out?
Piet.
"Nah, I'm better with Piet than this
or
next
Captain.
guy."
Is it Piet or is
It's Admiral.
Don't fail me again. Admiral. He has Piet, and then the other guy. Who's the captain that he chokes out?
Azel.
No, it's
coming out of
Admiral
Lightspeed.
Admiral Oswald, or it's Admiral. He's the Admiral, and then
For coming out
and
of
then what's
Lightspeed
his
too
name?
soon.
Piet becomes the and then he's like apology
Well, I mean,
accepted. Captain
Captain
Nita. Yeah, Captain Nita's the
What?
guy who chokes out.
What's the guy he chokes out in like New Hope, where freaking what's his face has to go like enough.
Oh,
Oh,
bickering
I
is
don't know who
quick.
that guy is.
I'm not sure what his name is. It's like super like Star Wars guys who like read the books know what his name because that's the only place it's revealed.
Yeah, you never tell. You
I never
tell
read-
you on the movie.
I've never read the novelization of A New Hope or Empire
Yeah, me neither.
or Return. I just watched the movies.
I saw the novelization of Last Jedi in Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, and I supposedly those like the novelizations do like give a little bit more insight
Yeah,
onto
yeah.
what's going like that clear things up a little bit.
Which a book shouldn't have to do.
Right.
If you're
No.
a director, you should freaking be able to do that by yourself without having to lean on a book to
All right,
save your butt.
our battery's about ready to die. You guys done for
Yeah.
today?
Well, one last thing.
Was that
Will Kylo be redeemed at the end of it? Oh, there
There
it
it
goes.
goes.
You killed the camera by asking.
I guess the
that
camera
question.
says no.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna say I wouldn't do it. If
I
I was
would.
directing it.
I would personally.
What? Well, redeemed, not redeemed, or death.
Well, it's a bit hard to do the not redeemed without him dying because, I mean, that's just
Well-
that's just sequel baiting, to be honest. Unless
Not-
they
It isn't if you kill everybody else in the Resistance off, except for maybe Rey.
unless
And
they
she just kind of disappears like Luke did, and that's the end of it.
pull some Avatar: The Last Airbender crap out of their butts and decides, hey, you know, there's this mystical force power that gets rid of other people's force power, which would be interesting. That would be an interesting like idea for a power, but you know, don't freaking bring it up in in episode 9.
That's not how the Force works in Star Wars, though, because it's around you, and if you once you learn how to use it,
Yeah,
you're
but
privileged enough to use it, you'll always be able to tap into it because it's always there.
you can
But are
cut
there things
yourself
that-
off though.
Are there things that could
You
negatively
can personally
affect
cut
it
yourself
though?
off.
Like, if you read the original Thrawn trilogy, which is the Heir to the Empire trilogy, Thrawn has these little creatures that sort of like neutralize
The force.
the Force
Mm-hmm.
and the ability to use it when they're in a certain proximity.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's really how Thrawn's able to almost defeat Luke.
So that would be
Yeah.
what's it called? That would be because those things push the Force out away from them,
Right.
but the Force is still there. It's just
Right,
not
it's
where you
there.
can reach it.
Yeah. And
So I just don't think
I
there's a
didn't
way to.
like the idea
Yeah.
when I read those books. It
Yeah.
really like sort of like turned me off of those books. Just that one thing.
Yeah, because like the Force, you can't mess with the Force. It's
Right.
always- it's there, man.
But there are such thing as force creatures, and they could work like that. And
Like-
I mean,
like
it's an
opposite
interesting
of
idea.
like
Yeah.
a Force user, like
Yeah, like I mean, force in its entirety is a power, and any power can be suppressed. So, even if it's like really like everywhere, it can be suppressed in some way or another. So, I mean, I could see it.
So I think it's not a power. It's more like what Luke says in The Last Jedi. It's an energy that's between.
Yeah.
There's.
Well, like Yoda, it's
kinetic energy or some sort of energy.
The rock and the land,
or the land, the ship.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's just it binds us. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You just got to know how to tap into it and use it, or be born with the ability to tap in and use it.
All right, so we're gonna go a little longer here. So this begs the question: will we ever? And I know you guys don't want to talk about this, but will we ever hear about the midichlorians again?
Oh God, I hope not.
Because
it might happen.
Like when I start to like see Luke's side of it towards in The Last Jedi, where it's just an energy, the Force. So
you don't own it.
Is it kind of like the Great Debate, where like
and then we get Chirrut Imwe, who also says when somebody's about to kill, there's like the Force around somebody gets, it gets like fuzzy or gets like messed up a little bit, like
yeah,
and that's how like Chirrut kind of knew that, what's his face, Cassian Andor was going to go out there. Like his mission wasn't just to find Jyn Erso's dad; it was to kill him.
Yeah.
So could that just be like the midichlorians, like that little fuzziness that gets around,
like static?
It feeds off, right? Like a static energy that feeds off the negative energy that you're giving off. So when they find Anakin and he does the midichlorian test, it's actually like not testing because the midichlorians are what give you the Force.
The little tiny whispers that
it's
tell
because it's around him because he has
so much Force around him.
Right.
That makes it better.
Right.
Yeah, like
I think of it that way.
Right, when you put it into that
I always hated the friggin' I took his blood and he's got lots of midichlorians in his blood.
Right. It takes it from being a science thing back to more of
a magical thing.
Well, you can just say that
a religious thing.
You could just say that the midichlorians were just a product of that time. It's kind of like what was it? Freaking Big Bang Theory. It's like
that's what they thought at the time. It's not what it is now.
Right. How it is
got proven wrong.
Yeah, that could be too.
But it also could be that
midichlorians just mean nothing.
They call it. Maybe they looking at how much Force he has within inside of him, and that's what midichlorians can tell
They're
you.
They're attracted to, or whatever.
They can tell you that. They can tell you, man, how many midichlorians he has.
It's off the charts.
It's off the charts, meaning there's a lot of Force that is within sight of Anakin himself.
Yeah.
Right.
And surrounds him. So therefore his midichlorian count's higher. I don't know.
Right. That's when I start. I just was thinking about it the other day because it's like
that makes it better if that's how.
Midichlorians have always bothered me because it sort of turned it to science.
Yes, it turned it too much to
science
fiction. It's all genetic. It has nothing to do with your ability to believe.
Yeah, it turned it way too much into science fiction and not science fantasy.
Right, and when I take what Chirrut Imwe says and add it to what Luke says in Last Jedi, it makes the midichlorians seem it's like they're just attracted to people with the Force.
Yeah.
So they infiltrate them or whatever.
Yeah. So they get.
So by testing the midichlorian count in somebody, you can sort of tell how naturally
ability they have to use the Force, or how much the Force likes to be around them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As an individual, which would work with creatures too. So
work with Force creatures. Like the Bendu,
or like the one that they find on in Clone Wars, that huge one.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the idea of Force creatures. And I think, what was it? No, it wasn't a Force creature. The one that could control gravity or whatever. That was in that one comic that Chewbacca died in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one wasn't a Force creature. That was just a biologically engineered monster that could control gravity and decided, hey, let's pull a moon into this planet.
All right.
But yeah, so that is it for episode 68 of Red 2 Chatter. We're getting up there, man.
Yeah, we should start getting more information released as we get closer to Celebration. I think we'll get some more things. So we'll probably still do every other week until we probably right up till Celebration, maybe just before.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at Celebration, we won't have an upload then, but do it when we get back.
Yeah.
Then we get back, and then we should start getting a lot more stuff.
Oh yeah, there'll be plenty to talk about after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But until then,
please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you?
oh geez, I haven't done this in a while. Over on Instagram at JWilsonByDesign and on our Red 2 Chatter Facebook page.
You can also find me on YouTube under Glitterix. Just finished up Blue Reflection. Beautiful, beautiful game. Going to be uploading the rest of that. And we're going to be starting another JRPG coming up soon. Tales of Berseria. So hope to see you guys there. And that will be it. So, bye!
Laters!